Pleasant Monday and welcome to episode number 16 of Motivational Mondays. Okay, for today's Motivational Monday, the topic is your happiness, your responsibility. Again, your happiness, your responsibility. I think this topic is extremely important because I find that so many of us look at happiness as a destination rather than a journey. So many of us look at happiness as something far off in the distance, and we also give power to external things and external people over our happiness, and I think that is such an unhealthy place to be. I want us all to reach to the place where we look at happiness as solely our responsibility. Look at happiness as an inside job. So I want us to think about how we speak to ourselves about happiness. For example, there are so many of us who say things like, when I get that job, I will be so happy. When my relationship is back where it used to be, I will be so happy. And so for some of us who are single, we say, when I get that boyfriend or when I get that girlfriend, I will be so happy. I want us to move away from saying these things, because by saying these things, we are giving power to external forces over our emotional state and our emotional well-being, when in fact that power should only be held by us. We should be the only people who determine how happy we are, and we should also understand that happiness is a journey, not a destination. Because think about it, in life in general, there will always be trials. And if we wait for when we conquer those trials to allow ourselves to be happy, we will forever be in an unhappy state. And so we need to look at it like this. No matter what is going on in life, I choose to be happy. I will be happy no matter what the trial is. I will be happy no matter what is going on in my life. Now, there are some times when that would be harder than other times, but that's understandable. There will always be extenuating circumstances. There will always be that exception when you find yourself, okay, I really cannot do it. For example, when we have the death of close loved ones and these things, we will, of course, these circumstances will cause us to be unhappy. However, on a more everyday basis, it should never be that we are waiting for external things to contribute to our happiness. It should always be that we make it a very, very personal thing, or a happiness. And we should also reach the state where we realize that there is nothing worth being unhappy for. So if there are people in your life who are making you unhappy, you should reach a state where if you are addressed with them and they do not want to change, you should reach a state where you could and should simply move on from those relationships and from those people. If there are circumstances existing that you realize I am not in control of, it is not making me happy in any way, you should reach to a state where you own your happiness and understand that I have to love myself enough to walk away from situations that are not contributing to my happiness. And so for today's Motivational Monday, I just want you to remember that happiness is an inside job. There is no one that should have the power over your happiness except you. And so for today's Motivational Monday, please keep that in mind. For this week, I pray that God bless you. I pray that His light will shine upon you. I pray that you will have a positive and productive week. May God bless you. Have a good one.